In Alaska, the sun disappears for months at a time. When it returns, for a brief moment, life explodes. Creatures must seize the moment. They must move fast in this time of plenty. Before winter plunges the edge of the world back into darkness. North America doesn't get much colder, nor any darker, than Alaska in winter. It's not a place for the faint-hearted, but relief is coming. After 8 months of deep freeze and darkness, things are finally changing. Light breaks through. Warmth overtakes the land. Through early spring, Alaska's north receives as much as 40 additional minutes of daylight every day. Until there is no night at all. It's a marathon of sun. And it's here we join the race. A lot of life must be lived in just a matter of months. Ice melts, cracks, and pulls away from the mainland. The water is still less than 2 degrees Celsius, cold enough to freeze a human in a matter of minutes. But the temperature is perfect for young polar bears out with their mother. For most of the year, their world is ice. Open water is a novelty, so it's a rare opportunity to capture a polar bear family on film. These two practice a type of swimming usually seen in underwater mammals. It's called porpoising. The polar bear's annual cycle is the opposite of Alaska's other animals. Winter is when they hunt on the ice and eat. Summer melts their ice, and they have no choice but to fast. They swim and laze in the sun with empty bellies, while creatures inland prepare to feast. Streams and rivers swell with melted ice and snow. By late spring, all the waterways gush. It's the best time of year in Alaska to be a carnivore. And there are 35 species here, more than in any other American state. It may not be such a good time for small, slow-moving mammals. A hungry wolf will tackle a porcupine. But it's risky. There's no safe way to approach it. Any one of those 30,000 spikes could create a festering wound or even blind the predator. It may be worth the risk closer to winter, but for now, a less prickly meal should be nearby. A lone pine squirrel is a good start. But on average, an adult wolf needs the equivalent of 12 squirrels a day just to get by. And in these sunshine months, they try to eat twice that to stock up before the lean times. In June, animals that have struggled all winter now look for summer's quick and easy meals. Crabs lingering just below the tidal mark provide just such a meal. This is where minks hunt. They are semi-aquatic, and seafood is their speciality. A large Dungeness crab may be more than this mink can handle. Unless he takes just a little at a time. If this crab lives to see next summer, its leg will probably grow back. For now, hampered by its disability, the crab must negotiate one of the most powerful natural forces on the planet. The tide in Alaska's south rises and falls by up to 12 meters at a time. It is the second highest tide in the world. When it flows in, it brings with it a bounty of seafood. Birds know it. As many as 140 million seabirds flock to Alaska's coast for the summer. That's about half of all the seabirds in the northern hemisphere. When the tide recedes, it leaves a feast hidden in the mudflats. This brown bear can smell it. She weighs more than twice the average human being, and she digs for clams weighing just 50 grams each. It's possible that this is her first reliable source of meat in several months. When they sense danger, the clams can dig down more than a meter. But this causes a spurt of water, which gives away their location. And the scraps won't go to waste. An average-sized clam holds about 75 calories. One is a good start, but not enough for a hungry bear. She'd have to gobble down more than 1,000 clams to meet her calorie needs. But this is not an all-day buffet. She must race to get as much as she can before the tide swamps the area and sends her to higher ground. Not even a tree can survive on Alaska's northern slope. But the now constant sunlight triggers incredible growth. Seeds, especially adapted to withstand the cold, sprout while they can. Among the flowers, more than 200,000 square kilometers of life-giving grasses. This epic meadow draws great herds of caribou from Canada. They move around the clock to wherever the grass is greenest. A single herd can hold more than 120,000 caribou. During their annual migration, they will cover nearly 5,000 kilometers. Their young are often born on the trail and need to stay close to the herd. A calf separated from the pack is a target. Bears and wolves stalk these herds and watch for the weak. There is another predator here, more insidious and harder to shake. More than 35 species of biting insects feast in the endless daylight. These mini monsters have lain dormant all winter as eggs. Now the tundra underfoot turns to water, which triggers a mass hatching. The air is now clouded by buzzing swarms of bloodsuckers. They attack just as the caribou shed their long winter coats. Entire herds will move to avoid the mosquito menace. This group hugs the ocean and looks for a sea breeze to blow the buzzing from their backs. There's little relief, even standing in the Arctic Ocean. One of the herd tries running in circles to shake them off. After that, there's only one thing left to try. For some, the bounty of summer is tainted. It brings with it pestilence and danger. After a month or two of fine dining, brown bears in Alaska's south can rest a little easier. The sunshine is no longer endless, but there's still 20 hours of it in every day. This is a midnight nap. In their waking hours, young grizzly bears practice for battle. These two are learning how to grab and tackle, and where to bite. They target the most vulnerable areas, the underbelly and the genitals. These are skills they'll need as adults when the fights are for real and males battle for mates. Nearby, two older males are ready to put what they've learned to the test. They both want the same female, and for that honor they will fight, perhaps to the death. The loser walks away before anything more than pride is injured. The victor is rewarded. His trophy is this female, but she's not yet in season. He'll guard her for up to 3 weeks, until she's ready to mate. He waits, basking in summer's warmth. But the sunshine is not good news for everyone. This year, when the Arctic sea ice melts, it results in the second lowest coverage ever. For walruses, the extremes of summer can be deadly. Usually they spread out on distant ice floes. Now they crowd together on this one remote Alaskan beach, nearly 30,000 of them. There is an ever-present risk of being crushed. They're stuck here for 2 months. They'll have to wait it out until the ice returns. With only a month left of the breeding season, Alaskan brown bears must get down to business. But when the female is finally ready, the male is asleep. And now she must wait. After this, the female must stack up on calories or her embryos won't develop. Nature's timing is impeccable. Millions of salmon head upstream to spawn, delivering those much-needed calories straight to the waiting bears. She's well fed, consuming up to 1/10 of her body weight in salmon in a single day. And it's a good thing too, because summer is on the way out. Colder days and longer nights mark the return of a giant. Bowhead whales. Every spring they leave Alaska for breeding grounds further north. Now, an estimated 10,000 of them migrate home. This is an opportunity the Native Americans of this state have prized for thousands of years. And at the end of September, they start looking for whales for the autumn harvest. Only a few will earn the glory of legally harpooning a whale. What they get will be shared with all. And a returning boat is the signal. When they tow one in, the entire community celebrates. The bowhead whale is second only to the blue whale in size. A large one yields tons of meat, with 50 tons of blubber. They share the meat at a celebration. The blanket toss was originally used to throw someone high enough to spot whales out at sea. Cooked up in any of its many forms, whale skin and blubber is called muktuk. The favored variety of meat is mixed with blood and left to ferment for 10 days. What's left is bound to attract scavengers, so they move the remains to a bone pile away from the village. Not even these leftovers go to waste. The possibility of a free meal lures in the largest land carnivores on Earth. Soon, winter will once again blanket Alaska. Polar bears will be able to hunt on the sea ice. But for the lucky, their summer fast is broken early with a trip to the whalebone pile. A polar bear's sense of smell is 7 times greater than a bloodhound's. And they follow their noses to the feast. They will continue to search for food throughout the dark winter ahead. But right now, it's easy pickings. It seems the mother bear wants to keep even the free meals to herself. Finally, there is some food for her cub. Now, every week brings an hour less of light, an hour more of darkness. It's a rapid transition. The northern lights again dominate the night sky. The great salmon runs end. Those not eaten now rot in streams. Bald eagles pick up the remains. At this time, there are more eagles here than anywhere else on the planet. But soon, most will head south. Alaska's brief window of light closes fast. Animals living on the edge of the continent must be ready for the cold and the dark. The sun has gone. It's going to be a very long night.